What is going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. As you can see, I've got 4 of my bikes here behind me, and today we're going to be doing a bit of a bike check on each one. Now, both of these ones here you've not seen before as well, so I'm pretty keen to show you those, and I've got a ton of clips that I've been waiting to show you riding each different bike, so this will definitely be the best way to showcase that, and yeah, hopefully you're really keen, so let's get straight into the video. Yew! Alright, so getting straight into it, I am first going to show you my Merida E160 8000. Now this is a 2021 model, but it does have a couple of sort of custom changes, but as for the actual componentry, it's basically stock. So as you can see, we've got a nice big Fox rear shock on here, and then we've got the Mazzocchi Bomber Z1, which is an e-bike specifically tuned fork on there. It is a carbon mainframe, and yeah, it has been an awesome bike. It is a 160mm travel, like enduro bike, I think you'd call it. Obviously, it's got a motor on there, which is the Shimano EP8, and that is paired up with the 630 watt-hour battery, which is absolutely massive. You can pretty much ride this bike in turbo mode all of the time, and you could probably do like 40k going up and down some pretty serious hills with that battery before it runs out. It is actually a mullet setup as well, so you've got a 27.5-inch rear wheel and a 29-inch front wheel. So I've never ridden a mullet bike before, but man, it is actually unreal. Like, you can definitely notice it, but in a good way. So yeah, the rear wheel just gets up to speed a lot quicker. It's pretty zippy through the corners, and then you've got that big 29-inch front wheel with the 2.5 Assegai on there, and it just chews up anything that you can throw at it. Like, with the extra weight on this bike, it genuinely just plows through anything. Like rock gardens, it's so stable. Like high speed jumps, it's super stable. And yeah, it's a little bit harder to get off the ground just because it is like 24 kilos. And I am running dual cush core as well, so front and rear I've got yeah, tire inserts just in case. And I'm actually still on the stock alloy wheels. And to be honest, like, I don't know how they've held up, especially this rear wheel. Like, I've really thrown this thing around, and yeah, it's still going strong. So I have gone through a tire, and as you can see, it's flat, as you will be watching from this skate park footage that I'm putting in right now. But yeah, that's got a DHF in a 2.6 on the rear. The bigger tires on the back do actually feel really good with the e-bike, but yeah, typically you'd have a thinner, sort of more narrow tire on the back to what you would have on the front. And I'm not sponsored by Red Bull, but I do have like the Red Bull sticker kit, I guess you'd call it, from AMS. It's more just a frame skin just to protect the bike a bit more. As you can see, I've got like these green ODI waffle type grips on here, and they pair up really nicely to the custom fork graphics that I got as well. So they are actually made for this fork, and I pretty much just put them straight over the top of the stock stickers. So looks kind of cool. I'm not sure if in this lighting you can really tell the color of these very well, but I do have a little floodlight trying to provide some extra light, but they are like a really cool army green. So yeah, as this has been one of my favorite bikes ever, really. I'm just not riding it as much because of a new bike that I've recently got, which is a non-e-bike. So I've kind of had my time with this thing. I am actually looking to move it on, so if you're interested, it is an extra large, and I'll be selling it for around the 6,800 mark, so let me know. I live in Brisbane. So yeah, that is about it for the first bike. It has been a weapon. I ride this thing all the time. You guys have seen the videos, you know what's up. But yeah, let's move on to the next bike. Alright, now, I definitely ride this bike the least, but this is my Sunday Model C 24-inch. I think it might be like a 2020 or a 2019 frame. This has been such a sick bike. I just do not get around to riding it enough. But yeah, I've done this thing up to pretty much exactly how I wanted it to look. As you can see up top, I've got these Scotty Kramer snafu bars on here. I crashed at Darra Pump Track and I bent my last set of bars, so copped these ones. They look so sick and they just feel like a perfect height for this bike, being a 24-inch BMX. I do have these like really long neck, don't know what brand they are, but like the leather looking grips, like the leather color I guess you'd say. And I paired that up with the seat on the back here, which is an Eclat like pivotal seat. We've got an oil slick seat clamp. We've got the custom YEWWW sticker on there. It is a full chrome frame and fork, and that's why I thought it would match really well with the sort of leather colored grips and seat. I think it looks unreal. Can't really go wrong with chrome on a BMX. The chainring is a 25 tooth, and it's sort of like a tie-dye type color. And then the only other thing are these custom bullet caps. But apart from that, this bike is like pretty much stock. I do have mountain bike flat pedals on this too. They're the Dady flat pedals, and yeah, they will chew up your shin. I've shinned myself pretty badly on this bike before. You can't really see, the scars are kind of gone, but yeah, this thing, it's a lot of fun. Perfect for pump tracks. Pretty good on the skate park. I don't really have a whole lot of clips riding this thing, but yeah, super sick bike. I've not sold this thing and I've had it for years, which is kind of unheard of. I just love it too much. Can't bring myself to selling it. Alright, so the next bike on the list is the Ferrari Colnago CX50. This bike, again, I've not ridden this much either. It was just more of a project bike to buy and do up just because I thought the frame was really cool. Now this actually comes as a mountain bike with gears and everything. And I kind of converted it into like this street, city, pump track, BMX 26-inch thing. Honestly, this bike, I had no idea what I was going to do with it at the start, but it kind of just formed into this. As you can see, I've got some pretty ridiculous Magura brakes on this. They are massive 4-pots, and my thinking was, it's a Ferrari, they've got to have good brakes, and they're red, so that was the thinking behind that. It's basically got better brakes on that thing than any of these other bikes, including my 2 mountain bikes. And it's probably, or definitely is the lightest bike of all of them, which is pretty ironic. Anyway, we've got this Tioga Spider saddle, which is so sick. It's a pivotal seat post, and I actually had to get a shim for the seat clamp because the pivotal seat posts are all like 25.4, and obviously I couldn't fit that into this mountain bike sort of frame, so I had to get a shim, but it worked out pretty well. I've actually got Shimano GRX cranks on this, which are like a gravel group set crank. I've got Colony pedals, and I've just got I converted it into a single speed with the chain tensioner. Pretty sure it's like an 11-speed chain that's on it actually. I've got these really wide, high-rise alloy bars on it, and then I've got Shadow Conspiracy grips. It came with this really cool red headset, and these are like actually sharp, so if you hit your knee on that, it's pretty much just gonna chew out your knee, but it looks cool, so it's worth it. And it's got Ferrari logos. It is a genuine Colnago Ferrari. I think they teamed up and sort of made this frame. So yeah, just a cool bike. You don't really come across these too often, so I just had to buy it. Yeah, converted it into this, and it is a 26-inch wheel size. It's got Maxxis tan wall DTHs on it, which look really cool with the red frame. Tried to keep the red accents all around, as you can tell. So this is a very cool bike. Not sure if I'll sell it, but if you want to buy it, throw me a price. It does have this carbon fork on it. It is a brand X, so it is a no brand fork. Don't bother asking because I don't know. I did do a build video, which you probably have seen some clips of in this video, but I just never ended up posting it and finishing it up. So if you want me to do a whole separate video on this bike, let me know, and I'll try and crack onto it. On to the final bike. Now, I have to say this is probably one of my favorites, and this is a recent purchase. It is a second-hand giant Anthem Advanced 29 Pro 1 2018, I believe. As you can see, it does have a Fox 34, which is not the standard fork that comes on this bike, so it is bumped up to 120mm travel, and it's got 34mm stanchions. So that fork on this bike is actually unreal. Like it really is a do-it-all sort of bike for where I live. It does have a 90mm rear suspension Fox shock on there, so probably a little less than ideal. You'd probably want about 100, maybe 110, but I'll tell you what, it pretty much handles anything you can throw at it. As you can see by a lot of the clips that I'm inserting in this video, I have been riding this thing a fair bit, so that is why my other bikes have sort of been neglected for the moment. It is running a full SRAM 12-speed GX drivetrain. It is running a Maxxis Icon 2.2 on the rear, super fast rolling, and then I've got a Recon 29 2.25 on the front. Pretty good combo. I've never actually ridden with the Recon, but I've really been enjoying it. Definitely has enough grip while still sort of maintaining that rolling speed. This bike has just been so much fun, like coming off of a 24 kilo e-bike to this like 13 kilo dual suspension XC bike, full carbon, like carbon frame, carbon wheels. It is just so zippy and super light, like you can bunny hop the hell out of it, and yeah, it just like takes off. No handle wheelies, heaps of those on it. It just feels perfect for yeah, all the sort of stuff that I like doing. So always been a fan of the Giants, and they just fit me really well. They feel good. I've put my ODI grips on here. I can't remember what the name of it is, but they are like the half waffle. Man, they feel good. I pretty much put them on all my bikes. Actually, none of these have them on, but my main bikes I'll always sort of swap them over to. I had to keep those ones on the e-bike because they were the only green ones I could get. If I could get these in the army green, I'd definitely put them on as well. I did put a frame skin on there after the guy that I bought it off. But yeah, this has just been such an unreal bike. Like, it's just super zippy. I haven't done a race on it yet, so I'll be definitely doing a couple more XC races on it. It does have a KS dropper post on it. I think it's like probably 100mm dropper. It's a little bit slow, but I don't want to fork out the money for a new one, and it's actually pretty hard to find ones with a 27.2 diameter, which I'm pretty sure that is. Just got sort of SRAM level TL brakes, not the best, definitely need a bleed, but they get the job done. So it does have a dual remote lockout as well, so you can pretty much lock them both at the same time, which I know a lot of people don't use, but I'll tell you what, I use that pretty much all the time. Like if you're on a fire road, or if you're on the road, or even just a bit of track that's a little more flat with not many bumps, locking it out makes it so much more efficient. So always on that. Definitely got to have that on your XC bikes. But yeah, that is probably my favorite bike at the moment, and definitely the one I've been riding the most. I have not got a video actually riding this out on the trails yet, but I'll definitely be doing that. As you might be able to see, it's been raining. I was actually going to go out today and film something riding that bike, but that is why I'm doing the bike check instead. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed that updated video of my current bike fleet, and yeah, let me know in the comments which one you personally like the most. I think the Ferrari is going to be pretty popular because you just never see those around, and it's yeah, pretty cool frame. But yeah, let me know either way. I know there's a bunch of videos in there of me doing a no-handle wheelie on the XC bike, so if you want an updated tutorial on how to do that, let me know, because I know there's one in there on my YouTube channel somewhere, but it's from a couple years ago, so it's pretty outdated, I'd say now. But yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up button, comment down below which bike you preferred, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Yoo-hoo!